Namaskar, dear friends. This video is to elaborate on the treatment of balding. And as we discussed in the short reel, that the first step is building a strong foundation, and there the key elements is make sure that you're sleeping on time, getting the sleep between 10 p.m. to 2 a.m., making sure that you are taking care of your weight, because your weight gain also causes thinning in the scalp through sugar insulin metabolism getting disturbed. Making sure that your diet is healthy, balanced, there are all the minerals and vitamins are optimal, iron, B12, D3, and other things. Also making sure that there is enough protein in the diet, but there is not too much milk or milk protein in the diet, which increases a hormone called insulin growth factor, or it adds to increasing the DHT, dihydrotestosterone, a male hormone which causes hair thinning, to increase further. So keeping these things in mind, designing a basic lifestyle, which is the foundation. Then comes the ground floor. It is addressing dihydrotestosterone, which is a hormone people inherit a certain type. Some people have more testosterone, some people have more dihydrotestosterone. Typically, those people will be more hairy on their body and gradually start thinning in their scalp. So this hormone is central to treatment of male pattern balding, or even many cases of female pattern balding are also driven by the same. So there has to be a clear treatment, whether it is a medicine, finasteride, dutasteride, or natural things like saw palmetto, or local injections of dutasteride. But this is one thing which I learned. I've been in practice for 50 years, that initially I really wished that we could offer natural solutions for people. They don't have to take the DHT blocker, but we realized that it is not an effective solution, and giving it to the right person, if the person is very hairy, their DHT levels are high, it is actually very safe, and those people are able to take it without any problems. So it is something one may not shy away. It might simplify your life. Either you choose not to treat it, but if you choose to treat it, please understand that this is one of the central elements. Of course, there are natural things like saw palmetto, a fistful of pumpkin seeds, spearmint tea, and so many other things. But to offer an effective enough plan, this might be required. The dosage of these medicines can be chosen and worked out, and the side effects looked at, if there are any. Maybe I can do a reel sometime on the benefits, pros and cons of taking these medicines. But broadly, this needs to be addressed as the ground floor. The first floor is some application you can do on your own every day. For example, it can be RCP, Redensil, Capexil, Procapil, or Minoxidil. Whichever it is, brings in that intention of putting something in your scalp every day and taking care of your hair every day in order to grow your whole hair on your own. Then comes the simple procedures that you can do on your own, like micro needling, low level laser light. And then come procedures in a clinic as a second floor, which is like PRP, exosome, stem cells, these kinds of therapies. And then comes hair transplant as a fourth floor. Why look at it in this fashion is because sometimes people jump to procedures. Let me go and do an PRP and my balding issue will resolve. But what happens is that the sleep is out of order, there is no nutrition, there is no DHT addresser, the person is not doing anything at home, and they might have some improvement with 1 or 2 or 3 sessions of PRP. We get patients who have spent thousands and thousands and lakhs of rupees on procedures without building up this foundation, and pretty much they are at the square one. So it's a building without a foundation, and it falls very quickly. So it's very important to look at it this way and not to skip any steps, or at least have a clear intention on how and what am I doing to address this step. And if one does that, we see very effective outcomes. Most patients are very happy with results, and we can further do some reels on elaborating on how it helps and what all specifically we can do for each of the floors. But I hope this offers you an overview and planning your hair treatment, and we at Sampurnam are more than happy to welcome you and help you understand how we can do it specifically and personalize it to you. Thank you.